I got to give credit to the artists on this episode. Directed by Aaron Springer. A lot of the scenes of this were storyboarded by Eric Fountain, who did a bunch of intense expressions. I'd say the hardest part of this episode was figuring out. We like this idea of Dipper has this very naive and forgivable, but ultimately wrong idea about romance. He's got that first summer crush thing where he would die 1,000 deaths to have her feel the same way. And I think many people have an unrequited love. They know what that feeling is like. But in Dipper's mind, he has to convolute a perfect moment with her. He can't just let things happen.
Right.
And this idea that, she likes Robbie and she got hit in the eye with this, in his mind, he needs to. I mean, it's sort of like Groundhog Day. He needs to
make the perfect day.
Make this perfect day because he's not perfect enough on his own. And for this reason, he does not deserve to get what he wants.
Yes.
Because his idea about the world and how it works should not be rewarded. But we had to figure out kind of a way to have his want and Mabel's want be against each other somehow.
Yes. Mabel's little flower in her hair is cute.
Well, that was another thing that we were trying to do to just suggest her personality was every week a different sweater. And Dipper never changes his outfit, which you guys are sitting with me right now. I'm probably wearing the same shirt that I wore for 90% of our record. So I'm like Dipper. I have no sense of fashion. I'm terrible at making choices.
Do you have 5 of those shirts?
Yeah, I'm just like Superman with all of the, or Doug Funny with all of the sweater vests.
Like Michael Jackson, and you'd look in his closet at a certain point, and it'd just be like,
I'm exactly like Michael Jackson, guys. Yeah. I'm a talented pop star. This is kind of messed up that Waddles is eating pepperoni.
Why? Oh.
He ate around the pepperoni, guys.
It was originally a hot dog.
It was soy-peroni or whatever they call it.
It was actually in the storyboard originally a hot dog. I was like, that's kind of messed up. Change it to something else. And then I didn't notice until later, the pig's still
I don't
kind
know
of a
what
cannibal.
pepperoni is, I guess.
It's made of pig, right?
I don't know. It's some kind of...
I've never questioned it. It's just like discs of meat.
Speed, factoring cotton candy.
Face it, Dipper, you're obviously fated to have a bad day at the fair. Just like I'm fated to be with Waddles.
It's like there's one variable missing.
What's a variable?
That's it! I figured out a way to...
This is the only time in the series that we see Dipper doing, advanced math.
Yeah, he's like Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, I kind of didn't want Dipper to be, prodigy level good at math. I wanted him to be of relatively realistic intelligence for, a middle schooler. I didn't want him to turn into that, according to my calculations, I'm IQ from the BK Kids Club.
All right, that
voice was
offensive.
But if anything, this would be the thing that would drive him to find the calculations that
if there's any
needed.
time that Dipper would get this good at math, it would be to undo his awful moment with Wendy.
And this is incredibly impressive what happens here, by the way. I mean, come on.